Welcome, aviation enthusiasts and history buffs, to Classic Duels, a captivating mini-documentary series that takes you deep into the heart of the adrenaline-pumping battles that unfolded in the skies during World War II. In this episode, we're in the skies above the Eastern Front from 1942 to 45, and we're going to talk about the legendary duels between the Lavochkin La-5 and 7 versus the Focke Wulf Fw-190. The Lavochkin La-5 and La-7 were both Soviet fighter aircraft that played crucial roles on the Eastern Front during World War II, as they were known for their agility, robust engines, and effectiveness in dogfights. The two Lavochkin fighters would frequently encounter the Focke Wulf Fw-190, which was one of the best fighters of the war and a formidable opponent for any aircraft it came up against. The aerial duels between these aircraft types were intense, and contributed significantly to the air war on the Eastern Front, and also showcased the evolving nature of air combat on the Eastern Front. The Lavochkin La-5 was developed in response to the shortcomings of its predecessor, the La-3. The La-5 featured a more powerful engine, which was the M82 Radial, which greatly improved its performance. It entered service in 1942 and quickly became a valuable asset for the Soviet Air Force. The La-5 had good manoeuvrability at lower altitudes, making it effective in dogfights, and was at least on par with the Bf-109 and Fw-190. The Lavochkin La-7 was an improved version of the La-5, introduced in 1944. It featured a lighter airframe, enhanced aerodynamics, and improved engine performance. The La-7 was highly manoeuvrable and had a high top speed, making it a formidable opponent for any German aircraft, and like the Hawker Tempest, the La-7 is considered one of the best low-altitude fighters of the war. The Focke Wulf Fw-190 was a German fighter designed by Kurt Tank and introduced in 1941. It quickly gained a reputation as a versatile and effective aircraft, excelling in multiple roles including air superiority and ground attack. The Fw-190 was known for its powerful radial engine and sturdy construction, including wide landing gear, providing stability and agility in combat, all of which made it a primary and challenging adversary for Allied pilots in every theatre the type fought in. The encounters between the Lavochkin fighters and the Fw-190s were fierce and challenging for both sides. The Fw-190, known for its robust design and firepower, posed a serious threat to Soviet aircraft and would rely on its speed and firepower to engage enemies from a distance. So the Soviet pilots quickly learned to exploit the La-5 and La-7 strengths in dogfights. The La-5 and La-7 had the advantage of numerical superiority and the ability to outmaneuver the Fw-190 in certain situations, like at lower altitudes. And the La-7 especially could exploit the Fw-190's weaknesses in tight turns and close-quarters combat situations. The Eastern Front saw a continuous evolution of tactics and technology on both sides, including a turning of the tides in terms of experienced pilots on both sides, and the Eastern Front witnessed intense aerial combat between Soviet and German forces. The later La-5 models and the La-7 fighter played a crucial role in gaining air superiority for the Soviets, contributing to the ultimate success of the Red Army. The Fw-190, while always a formidable opponent, faced increasing challenges as Soviet pilots became more experienced, newer Soviet aircraft were introduced, not to mention that more Fw-190 fighter units were pulled back to defend Germany from the daylight American bomber raids. So more of the Fw-190 units that remained in this theatre were flown by ground attack pilots. In summary, the aerial duels and dogfights between the Lavochkin La-5, La-7 and Focke Wulf Fw-190 showcased the evolution of aerial warfare and the tactical adaptability of pilots on both sides, as both the Russian and German pilots sought to gain an edge in the ever-changing landscape of aerial combat, and the later La-5s and the La-7 proved to be successful and versatile fighters on the Eastern Front, which contributed to the Soviet Union's air superiority over the Luftwaffe. So that's it for this glimpse into epic struggles of the past. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with more riveting tales of aviation history, etc. Check out the 2 videos at the end, or my CD reviews, or even the playlist I've created. Cheers!